Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel Football Therapy with me, your host Jan, and welcome to the start of a new series, my post-match presser series, where I want to consistently talk about football matches that have just on, not just Chelsea news. And as you can see, we've got the press conference set up. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm sorry that it had to be this friggin' match against Leeds. This dismal result where so much shit went wrong. Mendy, Howler, Koulibaly, 2 tactical fouls. When you're the second one, when you're 3-0 down, mate, in the 85th minute. A non-foul that led to a set-piece goal that I ain't even mad about because we were so poor. We didn't want it. Leeds had our number. There's so much to talk about. So thanks for joining me. Please drop a like and subscribe and all that crap. Look, mate, and this is cool. Check this out, right? This is something I want to show you. Bring the microphones up because I want to say something, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Jesse Marsch is a bit of a penis. I used to think he was alright when he came in, but since he made those bitch comments about Thomas Tuchel, about the handshake, get the microphones away, you can hear me, about the handshake and stuff like that, and like, just fair enough, he's probably what Leeds want then. You want a little bit of a knob as your manager, a bit spiky and whatever. But mate, they fully had our number. So in case you're wondering what game I'm talking about the match in the Premier League. Leeds 3, Chelsea 0 at Elland Road. Chelsea have a historically tragic record there, apparently. Historically granted, they've been out of the Premier League for loads and loads of time, so they haven't had the opportunity to play each other. But 3 goals, man. Bookings all down the Chelsea side. Raheem Sterling got 1 and Koulibaly got 2 yellows, seeing red. We'll talk about this. We changed formations radically throughout the game to try and chase ourselves back. Tuchel, poor from the manager. The players, poor. The tactics, wrong. The execution, wrong. The work ethic. Sky Sports, kept throwing up graphics every 2 minutes going, oh, now Leeds have won 40 kilometres further than Chelsea. Oh, now they've won 50. They just were running way more. Chelsea, this was like Man United Brentford, when the Brentford team just outworked Man United and Man United just didn't, know what they're doing. Look, all I can say is, the one positive thing I can say is thank God the transfer window is still open and we didn't have this result the beginning of September, because surely now we're going to be like, right, what the hell do we do here? Granted, a lot of this kind of work needs to be done on the training pitch, but get the players out that don't want to be here. The ones that aren't fully bought in and they're trying to negotiate, just get them out now, all of them. We got to start again, refresh. The 9th minute, I'm just going to quickly take you through it, okay? So we started with a 3-4-2-1. So it was Mendy in goal. More on him in a moment. We had Reece James right centre back with Ruben Loftus-Cheek right wing back. We had Thiago Silva and Koulibaly completing the back three with Cucurella as left wing back, and then in the midfield we had Gallagher and Jorginho, and a front three of Havertz, Mount and Sterling. And on the face of it, man, I tweeted, I was like, that's strong. Ruben Loftus-Cheek looks really good as our right wing back lately, inverting into that hybrid number 8 role he does. Tuchel's even spoken about it. He looked really good doing that. He did well in the Bernabeu playing there. Reece James, we want to see him at wing back, but just him on the pitch, you feel completely safe with him at centre back. Cucurella, great. The front three, fine. Interesting, obviously, midfield. We wondered who we'd see. Gallagher is probably the closest replacement to Kante in terms of tenacity. Running around and pressing. And of course, Jorginho is the senior remaining central midfielder that we've got. Do you know what I mean? So I get why we played that. But on the face of it, had everyone been fit, this game was Kovacic and N'Golo Kante, 2 ball-carrying, ball-progressing, pressing and intercepting midfielders that can work together and play against a hard-working, high-octane Leeds side. Conor Gallagher's first ever start for Chelsea, so he was putting the effort in, but you could tell he was nervous, and the game was maybe a bit much for him. And Jorginho, this is not the game for Jorginho. He's not got any pace to lose, so I don't want to criticise him for that, but they can play around him so much. If you've got the ball and you're not playing against that higher press, Jorginho's great. But when they're just all over you, crawling on you, and you're particularly not playing well, Jorginho, he just isn't the guy. And that's not me criticising him as a player, because it's just his profile. He's a type of tool in a set, and he's inappropriate. Now, I'm not criticising Tuchel for selecting him, because I get it. Like I said, the lineups kind of made sense in terms of, I'm looking at this lineup. Listen to this. So that's the lineup we started with. Listen to the lineup we ended with. So it was a back three of Azpilicueta, Silva, and Cucurella. We played a 3-1-5. So it was Loftus-Cheek in that lone holding pivot. And then we had Chilwell eventually came on, but we had Ziyech, James, Sterling, Pulisic, Havertz. We played like a 3-1-5 basically at one point. It was absolutely mental because we were 3-0 down. It might even have been at 2-0 down. We went to that formation. Possibly, because we had probably about half an hour ago and we conceded the third on the 69th minute. So Tuchel lost his mind. He was heated. The atmosphere got to him. He's probably a bit pissed off with Jesse Marsch giving it the big one on the touchline. They clashed, doing their whole handshake thing first. And I think he was just sod it, we're losing here. Let's just put all these attackers on that, by the way, don't want to be here. Ziyech and Pulisic. And it was just, we'd been outworked. They had confidence. They had cohesion. They were passing to each other. At which point, Chelsea were deflated. So, this kind of gung-ho throw everyone on, it was never going to work. It started really brightly in the opening couple of minutes when Sterling had that chance, and then he actually carved out another chance for himself when he dribbled in. And I was like, ooh, this is a game where Sterling bags a couple of goals. We look really good. Mount will play well because he loves playing well against Leeds. Maybe we'll concede a goal, but I've got a good feeling about this. And you know what? I'm going to say it now, ladies and gentlemen. Put the mics up. I WhatsApped all my friends in the before kickoff and said, watch Chelsea eat up dirty Leeds of Conor Gallagher in the midfield. I forwarded that message to a few of my football friends. So I think probably it's my fault. Put it on the headlines. Back papers tomorrow morning. Press. Let's take you through it. Kalidou Koulibaly booked in the 9th minute for a tactical foul. Now, I was a bit stupid. I mean, fair enough. It wasn't the stupidest tactical foul because they were running through. There could have been a chance. I think it was that kid, Aronson, or something like that. Is his name Aaron Aronson? No, Brendan Aronson. It's Aaron Aronson. But yeah, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? But fair enough, you're such a seasoned, defender, Italian, Senegalese, but, playing in Serie A, defender, captain of Senegal, you're going to, just be sensible. So he gets that yellow card. Anyway, should we talk about Mendy? I literally don't know where to start with this guy, man. A great goalkeeper, but what our biggest criticisms of Edouard Mendy is, he just messes, I'm not going to swear, messes about with his feet and just either passes it to opposition players sometimes or does what he does here. He just lets that kid Aronson nick it off him and roll into there. No pressure, or at least just that kid running onto him. All the passing lanes are open, bro. The freedom of Elland Road to pass the ball back out to players or just nail it in the air. The thing is, I'd forgive a howler for that if he's never done it before. But the fact how he's so wobbly on his legs is a psychological thing there. And it's an absolute disastrous howler. De Gea is loving this. He's taking the headlines away from him. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely shambolic. 1-0 down. And guess what? I'm not going to make this a big story because Chelsea were absolutely off it today. No way near good enough. Or the manager. But in the 36th minute, Raheem Sterling was booked for a foul outside the box. Yes, pretty much every single one of you watching this will know and have seen the footage. It wasn't a foul. Leeds player dived. He got a free kick, and Raheem Sterling was oddly booked. And consequently, they score from that. Jack Harrison to Rodrigo. It's a great goal. Poor defending from us. Chelsea just tapped out, but Rodrigo does well to finish it. But it shouldn't have been. It was a non-free kick, let alone a yellow card. It's an absolute nonsense. But I'm not gonna say anything about that because Chelsea were battered regardless. I've acknowledged it. Yes, I saw it. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's another FA nonsense. So yeah, we do go to that crazy formation in the 64th minute. Pulisic and Ziyech come on for Gallagher and Jorginho. So both midfielders come off, and just 2 attackers come on, and we play the 3-1-5 formation, or 3 whatever it was. 4. No, it was a back 4. Sorry, so we played a 4-1-5. Yeah, so we did have 11 players still at that point, and yeah, and then obviously we concede the 3rd goal. Rodrigo again. Harrison this time. The same combination. Rodrigo, Harrison, good goals. But they've just absolutely battered us at this point. In the 77th minute, Mason Mount comes off for Ben Chilwell, and we see a back 5 that we've been quite interested in seeing, in terms of, this is, the commentary that on Sky Sports were talking about how this is something that might be looking like a first choice eventually, which would be Reece James and Ben Chilwell, first choice wing-backs, Cucurella, left centre-back, Kalidou Koulibaly, right centre-back, and of course Thiago Silva down the middle. As a back 5, very, very strong. Maybe this is of course, if you don't get Wesley Fofana, you look at this being your starting back 5, and it was like a look at that. That is no silver lining, ladies and gentlemen, for what was an absolutely dismal performance. Of course, in the 84th minute, Koulibaly now playing in that right channel. Maybe that's why, because he was in different territory and what he's been playing. He literally does a tactical foul again. And I've got no friggin' idea why. It's the 85th minute, you're 3-0 down, you're on a yellow card from doing a tactical foul within the first 10 minutes of the game, by the way. This is just crazy stuff. Look, I'm not going to absolutely, slam Koulibaly for this. Remember Thiago Silva's game against West Brom, or he made a mistake really early doors. Obviously, Koulibaly is absolute class. He's absolute class. He'll only miss 1 game because it's 2 yellow cards rather than a straight red card offence. Nunez of Liverpool gets 3. Koulibaly would just get 1. But, come on, that is so poor from him. It's not the end of the world. We'll just play as Pilaqueta, and it's all. And we've got defenders. But that's not the issue here. The issue is just the work rate. Tuchel got it wrong. Tuchel was heated. Whether it was a fallout from last game, the FA, the feeling of injustice, maybe Conte getting inside his head. He did to his credit, Tuchel, which before the game he was like, this is going to be a massive game. They're going to really come out as high energy. And what he said was, Tuchel really poignantly said, is react okay to mistakes. There will be mistakes, and it's how you react to mistakes. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea made mistakes. And we did not react to the mistakes. We fell like a deck of cards. Absolutely tragic. Embarrassing. So much went wrong. And I'm pissed off. So thank you for joining me. This is the first episode of Post-Match Presser. I hope you enjoyed it, despite the absolutely tragic circumstances. I am going to keep it up. So thank you. And keep it locked. Like, subscribe. See ya.